bringing the coercion and stuff like that, but he's not guilty of that. So it's like depends how you look at it.
I always bring in the idea or the irony of like this country and its double standards to say if those men escorts, right? If they were women, would the world have seen them as escorts in the same way that they seen the men? And that's the crazy part is working with people. Is like I'm seeing it from like, yeah, I see it, and all that was stupid, nasty, disgusting stuff, right? Disgusting behavior. And it's so interesting that all of the prostitution was being put on Cassie and Jane Doe and the other one, like all of his women partners.
Volume 2.
Yeah. This is our show. Yeah. Introspective Insight. Introspective Insight. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. I am King Dev, and this is Introspective Insight, the Black Wall Street podcast. And we back for another one. Magic co-host.
Yes,
Yeah. We might have to find a third, but you know, when we have our meetings, and building the show up, we'll decide if we want that third person. I think a woman's voice will level it off.
Definitely.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But you know, before we get into the show, we got to go into the word of the show and the quote of the show. So since we don't have a guest on, then I took on the privilege of creating the quote of the show. So
yes,
first, the word of the show is languid. Languid. Is that how you say it? Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting the. Yep, languid. And that means shows or has very little energy, force, or activity. So an example. An example of that will be that's funny. That's you.
Yeah, because this cold ass weather, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this cold weather, the weather changing, I don't want to do nothing. And I got to get out that mode. I keep seeing this quote, follow the plan, not your move. Or follow the plan, not the move. I keep seeing that, and I got to apply that to my life.
Yeah, you know, slow and steady wins the race. I think that is one of the few childhood what do I want to call it? Childhood teachings, points of wisdom. You know, the hare and the tortoise. I think that's one of those like things that like that makes more sense as we get older. And I feel like when it comes down to it, especially in this business world, or in this world in general, but especially when doing business, recording podcasts, podcasting is a business. But you know, you got to have that slow and steady pace. And you can't be too forceful in terms of how you engage the art. Even in hip hop, rap, you can't be too forceful. Sometimes you got to learn how to TLC, enter with some TLC. Love the drum, stroke the drum, you know, from Drumline. That's what they say. That's what he said. Now I got to put the clip in. Future Dev, put that clip in. But so languid is the word of the show, and then the quote of the show is you cannot have a positive life in a negative mind. I seen that and I was like, yeah, I don't know who said it, but whoever said it, great job. Because that is 100% fact. You manifest, even if you don't believe in manifestation, you believe in something that speaks to the energy that you bring into space. That was not intended for those two to kind of focus on energy, but there you go. And it's kind of like a opposite. Like I gave you a low energy word of the show, but then I gave you a high vibrational or high energy quote of the show. So what you got?
I used to say that quote all the time to somebody I was dealing with years ago. Having that negative mindset is not gonna get you nowhere but a negative place or a negative result. So either you're gonna continue having that mindset, or you're gonna think positive and just think on the bright side and just let life come to you. Let those blessings just start flowing in. Because the blessings can't flow in where negativity is. You can't water yourself with no soil, no good soil.
Word.
So,
Yeah, I love it. That's what it is. So, and it's always positive energy. And I mean, we start the show off with positive energy, peace, love, and all that good stuff. Because that's all we talk about. All that good stuff. Peace and love, tranquility, all of that good stuff.
Now, I do have some bad stuff to say. I was out of town.
What's up?
I was out of town. Now you see I'm coughing. Let me just speak on that real quick.
Yeah.
If we on the airplane, people, if we on this airplane, please, if you coughing, sneezing, anything, please come masked up.
Oh,
please.
Yeah.
I walk around with cough drops. Taking my black sea oil, I'm coughing randomly. I can't even laugh fully no more. When I'm laughing, I'm coughing. Please, wear a mask, something. A hoodie, put the hoodie over your mouth. Do something. Because I'm toe up. I want to go find the person I was sitting next to on my way to Denver, Colorado, and whoop that person ass. Because I've been dealing with this for two weeks now.
Yeah, because you was a little under the weather when I was in Rochester.
Yes, it's annoying.
You came from L.A.
I came from Houston. That's when I got. That's
Houston.
When it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just left LA. LA was cool.
Listen, defense drops, y'all. This is not a promo for Hawes, but Hawes. This saved my life working with kids because kids is nasty. Hawes defense drops. Soon as it go cold, you pop these like they candy. This is amazing. I don't do cough drops. I do Hawes defense drops.
I normally don't do cough drops. That was a good ad. I mean, I think you need to clip that one. Clip that. Mute me if you could. And then
I don't do cough drops. I do Hawes defense drops. That's what it is.
What's the flavor?
Oh, it's all citrus. So you get the citrus flavors. It look like it's grapefruit, lemon, and orange. All citrus flavors. They're amazing. They taste good. They don't taste nasty like cough drops. And the only reason why I found these is because I can't stand the taste of cough drops. It tastes like medicine. So I don't do cough drops. I do Hawes defense drops. There you go.
Clip that and post it.
There you go.
Me personally, I do oil oregano. I love oil oregano. I love black sea oil. I take that, and that normally works in the next 24 hours, 48 hours. But this whatever cough I got now is not going away. And that person that got me sick, if I see you again, I got something for you. The whole mask. Put it on.
And if we go to jail. Yeah, I've been waiting to use that. I clipped that last time.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I've been waiting. I clipped that a long time ago.
You can't do that. You gotta warn me or something.
My bad.
Especially I'm vulnerable right now.
Yeah, my bad. I've been waiting to use it. I've been waiting to use it, and that was
crazy.
That was a good one. I got
one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last couple of episodes, man. I want to say I appreciate you, man. You know, this been it's been like 3 episodes since we've been just us two. Now I just want to say, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Those are really good interviews. I was talking about one of them today. I think one of those questions I'm gonna talk about it off camera. I'm gonna keep and ask more people about that one. I was talking about it probably like 2 hours ago, and they gave me the perspective on it. They was just like, "Yo, you on the podcast?" Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah."
It's
No, we
coming
talk
out
about
soon.
this and that. Yeah. So, yeah, man, those was really good episodes, man. I can't wait to see the reactions of those.
Oh yeah. We were supposed to release last week, and it's supposed to be the second week, but we a week, 2 weeks behind. But it's cool. It's cool because we've been traveling.
We gonna catch up.
Yeah. I like the batch record. So for y'all, those of y'all listening to this, we recording this on October 13th, but you ain't gonna hear it until, I don't know, whenever it come out. So if we track, dang, we 5 episodes in now?
This
so
is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you won't hear this until November 24th. Because we batch recording out here. But yeah, I appreciate you. It's rejuvenating to have someone on the show who's giving just as much to the show as I am. And that's something to where, that's the only way the content is going to stay good. Because all the other stuff is going to come. All the viewership and once the clips and stuff go out, all that is going to do its own thing in its own world of digital space. But, just being able to be on the same page and on the production side, the producing side of a podcast is always a great thing.
Yeah, this gets my week going, and it gets my mind working. That's one thing I love. I'm already an overthinker, but thinking about positive things throughout the week and motivating me to do more things is always a good way to start my week. So,
word.
I appreciate it, man.
And that's the goal. That's why we release on Mondays, because we want to get people week started right. Get people week started with introspective insight. Start getting your brain going. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started with the content of the show. We was briefly talking about stuff, but I went ahead and kind of actually, I wonder if, let me see if I can, I want to see if I'm able to share my screen and then share the sound, because I want your reaction to this. I just updated my computer. Oh, okay. Could you hear that? Nah, you couldn't hear that because it's in my ear. Okay. All right. Boom. Allow.
Where have you where you been at lately? You just left San Antonio? How was San Antonio?
San Antonio was good, bro. It was I was just down there for work convening, and it did what it was supposed to do. I just kind of transitioned into a new role, but it's the same role because the place that I work for is a large institution, the largest youth serving organization in the country. So it was good. I just went down there really because I've never been to San Antonio. So went down there. I was invited. It was free. It was a free trip. I didn't have to pay for nothing out of pocket besides, my drinks here and there, because, I got a bone to pick with anybody that uses their hotel water. Or let me back up. That sounded.
Wait. What's going on?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. I got a bone to pick for any hotel who gives out Dasani or Aquafina water.
Come on now. Come on, man. You making over $1 million. You couldn't give me no at least Poland Spring?
Something. At least give me a neutral brand. Don't give me no tap water bottled up.
Come on, man.
And it was
That's
so
not
bad.
Even tap water. That's toilet water.
Yeah. Yes. So I was checking into the hotel, and he was like, "Would you like some water?" And I'm like, "What kind of water is it?" Because I already seen the blue label when I was waiting behind in the line. And he was like, and then I looked, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Aquafina. I don't drink that water." And he was like, so then we get into a whole impromptu conversation because he's like, Yeah, I'm actually trying to get into like understanding why certain people don't drink certain water. I don't really know any about it. So if I may ask, why don't you drink Aquafina? And I was like, well, it's tap water bottled up. I was like, it's acidic. So if you do your research around waters that's acidic versus alkaline, then you will find that a lot of the a lot of the popular brands, yeah, because it's all over the counter. A lot of the popular brands are acidic. I was like, and then if you go deeper, our bodies are naturally acidic. Our body stomach acid is stomach acid. So when you add more acid on top of that acid that already in the body, you become more acidic. And when you become more acidic, your body don't know how to fight disease or to fight illness. So you need to keep your pH at a balance because we have a natural acidity in our body. However, you want to make sure that you're not overly acidic. It's a balance. And for all the people that know, I mean, if you are a listener of Introspective Insight, you know I put everything on spectrums. And so everything in this life is a balance. You can always have too much of something, even if it seems good, and then you can have too little of something. So you want to make sure that you are staying as close to the middle as possible, obviously leaning toward whichever way you want to lean toward. In the case of water, the thing that we need to survive on this earth, I'm not leaning towards anything acidic. Everything's going to be as alkaline as possible. And for y'all that don't know, Essentia is alkaline until it is oxidized. So as soon as it hits your bloodstream or the oxygen in your body, it turns acidic. So don't drink Essentia. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Water? What's your top 2 waters?
Oh, man. You know, I haven't... So... water coming straight out of an alkaline machine. Shout out to Be Healthy Fresh Food Market because they put us all on to the alkaline machine because I didn't know that existed at one point. But then I think, to be honest with you, Icelandic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's a really good water. Body Armor.
The black bottle. It got like a black strip. Come on, the Icelandic.
Yep. And it looked like it's a mountain.
Mountain top, yeah.
That's really good alkaline water. And then also the Body Armor water is a good water.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But if I'm being honest, I don't typically buy those waters because I don't got the budget to be paying for the bougie water all the time. So I just get like neutral pH balanced water. So Poland Springs is a good neutral pH balance. Fiji is a good pH balanced water. And then And then I have the Wegmans brand water. I mean, not Wegmans. Wegmans brand water is trash, dishwater. But
we were supposed to start that conversation right there.
Yeah.
Some hey, no disrespect to Wegmans, but that water,
trash,
man, trash. I just speaking of water, I just made a post on Facebook saying I know it is tap water, but I wish they put waters. I wish they put water from the hose in a bottle.
Yo, that just hit me. Yo, that is the greatest water of all time.
All time.
We gotta be specific. Rochester, New York holds water because we can't speak for any other city. Rochester, New York holds water. And shit. Yeah, actually, Florida taught me the difference in waters.
Oh, really?
I was in, and it's crazy because I was just down there, and some of the restaurants tap water is trash, horrible,
terrible.
But maybe in 2014, 2015, went down to Busch Gardens and I drank water out the faucet, waiting in line. Oh my goodness! It was that moment changed my life for water. From that moment on, I think it was 2014. From that moment on, I've always paid attention to what water I drink, and I can never untaste water.
Yeah, because in certain states, no. I know somebody that got Crohn's disease from drinking Florida water, tap water.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
And there you have it, folks. The things that they the things that they feed us contributes to our health in so many different ways, including the water, which is why you have to be hyper vigilant on everything that you put in your body.
And if you're ever in Rochester, New York, and you outside, and there's a hose outside, or there's a water line outside, taste the water. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Now y'all know about water. Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're about to watch it.
So if you allude to it, because you say a lot of tricky words.
No, I don't. So I say regular words that's tricky to you.
Tricky words. That's another thing you do, right? Like, my nigga, you the busiest man in the world. You spend 1,000 hours trying to communicate and speak to people to be accepted by people that this community, that this nigga built through the community. I don't need to do that.
That's our job.
Nigga. I believe in myself.
That's
and I believe in
our job.
what I do. No, our job is to come up here and work and show and put our best foot forward.
And that's what I do.
That's our job. And plus, do other shit behind the scenes.
You mean like promote the show?
To try to win favor. You try to win favors.
You mean like fan engagement?
You try to win favors.
All right, you
period. To me, you try to win favors.
With the fans?
And then on top of that, even if you do win favors,
fans, they're our audience.
Even if you do win favors, you try to point out everything else that nobody do. That's sucker shit to me.
When do I do that?
You try to point out.
Don't call me a sucker no more. 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 Don't call me a sucker no more.
That's sucker shit. I'm not calling you out saying that's sucker shit. I can take that.
Yeah. What are y'all talking about?
In this pod. That's what I said. This is all fucking dumb shit. If we partner, Exactly. That's fine.
Yeah, I watched that like 2 or 3 times.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that? I got thoughts.
Flip felt some way this whole time. So I think he felt like since he came on this show, since he been an addition to the show, he been wanting to be the one that's likable, the most likable person on the podcast. And so Flip, instead of saying it off camera, he I don't know what happened before that scene or what happened before that clip, but something must have triggered him, and now he's like finally letting it all out. But he's letting it all out on the pod. And then Joe Budden is hilarious because he's just sitting here calm, like, could y'all stop? Come on, man. Stop with this. Like, y'all making it seem for what? Y'all not about to do nothing. Like, chill. But Mark, I like Mark, man. I like Mark. He's really really intelligent guy. But that you be saying tricky words to try to no, I don't say tricky words. That's the only chance. But he said something that's tricky.
It's only tricky to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't say tricky words. It's only tricky to you.
You. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I just think they just need to do that off air, off the camera, off the pod. That's not necessary, man.
You know, one, I don't know how I like the new host, the woman,
Mona.
Yeah, Mona. I don't know how she fits in what was the other one name?
Melissa
Mel.
Ford?
Yeah, Melissa Ford. I don't know what I wanted to call her, but I don't see that she fits what Melissa. She don't bring what Melissa brought to that all men and then one woman like dynamic. So like Melissa was real like calm. Yeah, she had her times where she was amp, but she was the one that brought everything back. And then she can also laugh versus Mona is more like, I'm a troll. Comedian. Yeah. Like I'm a troll. Yeah. I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And
Mel, I don't think Mel gone for good. I think she's doing a movie for a couple months.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. I think Mel is, because she said that like in August or something like that. I remember seeing that clip. She said she's going to do a couple movies. She's going to be gone for a couple months. So I think they just got Mona to
fill in
that woman. Yeah.
Yeah, well, something, because I don't know. It just don't. Again, the synergy has to work. And even in that particular moment, I don't see Mel saying, "Oh, I'm scared. Somebody get him." Somebody like that is adding to subconsciously. That's adding to the tension that already is misplaced, right? Mm-hmm. But I also think that this kind of goes to the conversation that we were having off camera. Well, technically we on camera because we in two different places, but you know what I meant. Before we started recording, around like us being proximate to the hood, meaning us as in black men being proximate to the hood, but then also like finding solace in the hood. Now it's not a complete juxtaposition, if you will, but it's more so like, I think that people forget, when I say people, now I'm going back to the Joe Budden podcast. I think they forget that Mark is a black man from the hood because he has his doctoral and he was a CNN pundit and things of that nature. So they tend to try things with him to see how far he'll go. Now, obviously they're all cool, but I thought it was interesting because like he is pushing Mark, and then he throws the jab, like you said, around like you always using like words, or like him saying like, oh, you're always trying to win people over by using these words and all of these.
So it's like tricky words.
Yeah, doing tricky words, and like, bruh, that is, in a sense, that is anti-intellectualism in terms of like, so because you don't know the word is tricky. So I think that they're struggling with Mark's, and this is something that a lot of people said when Mark first came on the show. Like, people are gonna struggle with his intellect because Joe Budden typically don't engage in bringing, or really the Joe Budden podcast don't engage in intellectual conversation. They engage in pop culture conversation from where you are, and so I think I thought when I seen that clip, I thought it was interesting, and I also thought like it was interesting how they characterize it as like they almost fought. I didn't see two people almost fighting. I just seen two black men.
His conscience started to come in.
Yeah.
Mark. That's why he's like, no, wait. Let's settle. Let's stop.
Yeah, because I don't like where this is going based off of how you're talking.
He started. It looked like he was starting to black out, and then it started to roll back in. Like, nah, remember where you at. Remember what you're doing. Remember this is on camera. Remember who you are. This like, and he started. That's why, like, all right, wait. We're misunderstanding each other. But Flip is just, he's crashing out, and he's not understanding. Like, hey, yo, we slow this down, we can understand each other more. But you saying that's some sucker shit, I'm taking it in a whole different way. Because we're yelling and not understanding, we're not trying to comprehend what we're saying.
Word.
We're not listening to each other. We just talking. We just yelling.
Word.
Ego collided. Pride collided.
Word. And I think that's what it is. And then I think it's also like, it's so interesting because it's them testing Mark, or forgetting that Mark is actually from the hood. It might not be. And I think they all grew up together at some point. Like, I think they all grew up in the same, some of them, because he talked about, oh no, that was the other, what's the other guy? Not Flip, the light-skinned dude.
Manny?
No, the light-skinned one that was in the boot for the longest.
Oh,
I know his name. I can't think of it. Ish.
Ish, yeah.
Ish. Okay.
I couldn't think of his name. No.
Yeah. Him and Ish, I think, because they talked about like how, they know each other's wives or something like that, or whatever. It don't matter. But so I think it's them forgetting because of his like merit that he comes from the hood, and then Mark, in a sense, having to remind them that I am that. Like, I did come from there. I just don't have to be there. Like, I don't have to live there, but I will remind you.
Speak a certain way.
Yeah. Like, I can speak how I speak because I am educated. And these are not tricky words because you don't know what the words are. So I thought that was a real interesting exchange. And a funny note to that is, I think I seen on the caption of that particular video, it was like, this is what happens when this used to be what happened in the barbershop when you waiting forever and two people get into a debate and you just trying to get your hair cut as a 12-year-old. I'm like, like, yo, you done yet? Because they debating. Or your own barber is in the debate and they stop cutting your hair.
Yeah, Then once he do this, put that damn clipper down.
Yep.
It's
Like, yo,
come on, man.
Let's wrap this up.
Come on, man.
Let's wrap this up. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I seen that today. I was like, why not bring it to the pod? And it taught me a new feature on here on Riverside. I like that. I like that. So, you know, we're gonna be talking about some things. By the time people listen to this, it's already hit the news, but it's a few things. We have 2 cases that have either been dismissed or sentencing has already happened, and then we have 1 pending. We have another potential RICO on the horizon. So, where would you like to start, my brother?
I know where you want to start at. So go ahead.
Where would you want to start, my brother?
Start where you want to start at. You want me to guess where I want you to start at?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, wait. No. This is what we're gonna do. You start. I'm gonna write it down real quick. You start, and I'm gonna show you what I wrote down.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's real easy.
Okay, I wrote it down.
All right. It's real easy because they are just not like us. Exactly. It's been dismissed.
I knew you were going there.
Again, I just feel like, so I'm a protector of the culture. One of the things that I truly appreciated on this 1.5 year long journey, starting it was May 23 or May 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, May 24.
Only been a year.
Only been a year. In some months now. I think this was for the culture. It was by the culture, and it was one with the culture in mind. And everything happening after Not Like Us and the Pop Out and then the GNX tour, with the defamation lawsuit and all these things. And then I just like to see people who are delusional eat their own words. That's what it is, because it went into like he was going to be the martyr and he was going to do this and he's going to buy all his masters and da 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 da. I also seen some clips. I should have pulled them up, but I also seen some clips where people not mosh pitting or singing his lyrics at his own show. And speaking of, after our last conversation, he was doing some singing songs and nobody was rocking with that. So I just feel like the dismissal was very unique by design also, because now it is public record that anybody can look up at any time. And the judge in the dismissal, I don't know what they call it, the official term that they call it, but in the official like dismissal ruling, basically was quoting and basically said anybody who partook in this, in the entertainment of the rap battle, would know that each side was trying to one up each other. So defamation couldn't have possibly happened because you're in the process of a rap battle. So yeah, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that I've seen the judge listen to all the songs before she made the decision,
which is crazy.
Yeah, and that's I really think it's really good for hip hop. Like, don't take that away. There've been so many battles: Jay and Nas, L and Cannabis, Jadakiss and Beanie Single, Meek Mill, Drake, Ice Cube and NWA. There's so many battles. It's part of hip hop. It's part of rap. That's one of the elements of it. And that would just literally that law, if it went through fully, I believe wholeheartedly that would just took away part of that element. It would have softened the hip hop, which is hip hop already is soft, but it would have made it even worse with that type of lawsuit. Like, come on, man. Just take the L and walk away.
Right. And now it's like, it's a compounded L. And I seen something that said you took an L on the black side and the white side. Yo, that is so funny to me. And I think for me, to wrap that up, I think that was, for what you said, it was dangerous to the culture of hip hop, and it was dangerous to the sport of hip hop.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got killed.
Right.
And leave it at the lyrics. Leave it at the song.
Correct.
Drag it all to a whole different. The judge had no idea about this. Like, what is this? What happened? And now she has to go back and listen to all the songs and look like, wait a minute, y'all both was doing the same thing.
Right.
What are we here for?
Right. You're right. And the delusion of like you believing that that wouldn't happen. So you're looking to see his contract and all these, man, give that up.
As saying the label helped out. Nah, like, the concert show it.
I'm interested in seeing how UMG continues the relationship with Drake, because the way
I think he got one more album.
Yeah, Iceman, I think is his last album for this deal. For this deal. For this deal. So I'm interested to see if any other, which I don't see why they wouldn't, but if any other label picks him up or if he goes 100% independent. But then what does he do with his masters? Because that's I don't know how you would do business with somebody that just took you to court to say that you conspired against him. He is still worth what he's worth, though. That's my thing.
I mean, him going independent would be crazy. Would be really crazy. Because the power that he has. Especially like the streaming world, Aiden Ross and stuff like that. So it's ways for him to get the music out without having that big push. But I don't know. We have to get there. We have to cross that bridge when we get there. Because I don't know how it'll be. We never seen artists as big as him go and completely independent. So I have to see how that goes. Hopefully it goes for the better. Especially for independent art. And being an independent artist is one of the toughest things to be, man. All the money you spend, all the time you spend. There's no real big machine behind you. You're doing everything on your own. Videos, paying engineers, studios. Man, the joy and the blessing of having a major machine behind you, man. I need that. Yeah.
That's a fact. I'm still watching because Drake is a part of the culture, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. I'm just glad that lawsuit stopped in its tracks, and the courts seeing that this is just a sport, it's just for fun, and
they're gonna appeal it, but hopefully it just don't go. Just leave it alone.
Man, that's gonna take about 6 weeks. You can appeal all you want.
Just leave it alone.
You can appeal all you want, but that's not gonna do anything. I don't think so. And then so that's one.
That's one. What's the next one?
That's one mogul, I guess. We can call Drake a mogul, right?
Yeah.
I think we call Drake a mogul. The other mogul, the one that ruled the 90s and the early 2000s, got sentenced to 2 years for
Diddy, right?
Diddy. Yep. The other mogul.
Yeah, he's going to serve 2 years, but he was sentenced 4 years and 2 months.
4 years, 2 months.
4 years,
and it was time served, but it's not enough.
For a year and a half. Yeah. So he got to serve like an extra 2 years.
The extra 2 years, but it was a total of like 40 months or something like that.
52 months or something.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. They should have just said the years and called it up. That's like when they say a baby is 13 months old. Say it's a year. Say it's a year. Talk about 13 months. Got me doing math in my head. Just say a year.
Now you feeling stupid. 13 months.
Yeah, 13 months.
Hell.
That's
shit. Yeah. It's 12 months in a year. What? Oh, okay.
Word. Yeah, I mean, I think he dodged a bullet. And a lot of people say, well, that should have been a domestic case and all that stuff. He dodged a legal bullet because People say it wasn't a RICO. People say it wasn't a RICO, but they forget that R. Kelly got on a RICO charge.
Yeah.
He's in jail for a RICO.
Only thing is, I don't think anything he did was correct. Anything he did was good by any means. I think he definitely needs help. But what help are you getting? Like I said, I see the judge saying that they believe he still need to get help or with the drug programs and stuff. But I think he'll get more help, possibly being out, because American jails is terrible. Get stabbed and all types of, especially people looking for him because he's such a high profile person, and they just want that. They want that bragging right.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I think he did well. I mean, 4 years not bad, but I personally thought he was going to do time served, just because of all the other cases that were similar to his, and they got less time to him. And then the judge is basically, in my opinion, the judge is sentencing him off of what he is not guilty of, because they kept breaking the cohorts and stuff like that, but he's not guilty of that. So, it's like depends how you look at it.
It's interesting. What I always what I say to people is I always bring in the idea or the irony of like this country and its double standards to say if those men escorts, right? If they were women, would the world have seen them as escorts in the same way that they seen the men? So like, and that's the crazy part is working with people is like, I'm seeing it from like, yeah, I see it. And all that was stupid, nasty, disgusting stuff, right? Disgusting behavior. And it's so interesting that all of the prostitution was being put on Cassie and Jane Doe and the other one, like all of his women partners, and then they called all the men who was paid to go place to place escorts. So I think that also for me, when I'm looking at that case, that plays a factor because we know the double standards in our country, just like how if you got boys, you call your boys homeboys or whatever, but for girls, they can call their homegirls girlfriends, and nobody think twice about it, right? So that's another thing that I've always, not always, when I'm having that conversation and we continue to have that conversation throughout time, I'm always bring back to like, what if those male escorts were women prostitutes? Because you would also change the name, right? Women prostitutes, and they were being flown out for Diddy's entourage. Does it now look, because think about it, because I didn't even know R. Kelly was tried and convicted and sentenced on a RICO. I just knew that he was interested in young girls. So his victims were girls, and then they got the case. So I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or a legal person. And once I knew that he wasn't going to get convicted just from how court was going. I would follow like the court stuff. And then
me too.
Them also like not acknowledging that those men were the ones being trafficked, not Cassie.
I think he should have got that NBA YoungBoy treatment where he got house arrest for like 2 years, and they control who can come in and out of the house. Remember they like YoungBoy was like in Utah or something, or Wyoming, and only certain people can come. I think they should have done that with him and force that drug. What I'm looking for, the person to come help you with drugs. What's that person called?
The doctor?
No, like you go to rehab and they help you. Therapist or whatever.
Oh, therapist.
Yeah, like a therapist or a drug. What do you call them people?
Well, now I'm looking.
Yeah, but the person that can help him with his drug use, his drug abuse, they come out and that's like mandatory every week, maybe 4 times a week, 3 times a week for a certain amount of time. Have them do community work, not community work. Have them pay the fines, and after the after the house arrest is over with, then do community work for it. But yeah, what I don't know what those people are called. I
don't know, and I'm looking it up. Addiction specialist is all I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, well, addiction specialist, have them come out.
There you go,
and help them out at those houses. Well, and can't be in Miami, can't be in New York. Have to be like North Dakota or something.
Yeah, I was about to say some random place that he don't got no ties to. Yeah,
no ties to.
That
they
could
look
work.
At his record. Yeah, they look at his like flight record, like, oh, you don't talk to nobody in Montana, so let's ship you over here. You be there, and we had somebody come out. We drug test you. We pee and hair and all that every week, and no alcohol, none of that, and you just on house arrest.
That sounds reasonable, but we live in America.
You live in America, so
that's rehabilitation for real. We don't rehabilitate.
That's not happening at jail.
Right.
Some people come out and do the same thing. They just
100%. I was watching the show on Netflix, and it was a jail in New Orleans, and it was I think it was a jail. They covered both sides. It's the county, and they cover both sides. And one of the main people that they was following was like, I done been here like 4 or 5 times, in and out, in and out.
Every time I watch them, damn, I'm gonna whoop your ass when I find you. Whoever got me sick, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Was it what I do? What I do?
I'm gonna whoop your ass when I find you.
That's funny.
But I forgot what the fuck I was about to say. Oh, every time I watch the jail shows, there's somebody that said, yeah, I've been in and out for my whole life. Some people like, man, I don't even want to leave. Take me back because I ain't got nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're just jail, man. They gotta reconstruct how that shit is actually is in there.
I mean, they making money.
Oh yeah, of course.
And they making money out here. So yeah. Less for more. But yeah, so he dodged that legal bullet, and the other one probably lost a little respect. Money, power. Well, I don't know about money, but power, respect. He probably lost a little bit of money because some Sexy Songs for You didn't really do too well. Not as well as I think that if he would have released some Sexy Songs for You prior to the beef, or if he didn't do all the theatrics after the beef and he released some Sexy Songs for You on some like, yeah, I'm back, it would have did numbers. I didn't listen to it. I don't like singing Drake, so I ain't listen to it, but
I'll listen to it.
It was all right. It was
all right.
Yeah, see?
It wasn't bad. It was all right. It's a collab album. I'd rather it just be Drake instead of collab album. So, it's all right.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that there. So, segment. What the internet taught me. Before we go into another one. Did that teach you anything? Hold on. I got you. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna do some cheering. Did the internet teach you something?
No, not this week. I've been traveling, man. I just came back from LA. That time difference, which is crazy, is tearing me up. 3-hour time difference is tearing me up. This is the first time I never did that. Maybe because I came back, it was warm there, and then I came back and it was cold as hell here in Rochester. But it's been tearing me up. I haven't nothing. Only thing I do remember some of the stuff you sent me, the Omarion and Bow Wow. I remember seeing that, but I already knew about that. I've seen that before. Yeah, I didn't really learn on this week. What about you?
Actually, I don't know if it's true. I've been looking it up, but the internet did teach me something. It said that in Cardi's 2 albums, she surpassed Nicki's 5 albums and RIAA certified digital sales.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool. I'm also okay. I won't say I'm a Nicki hater, but I'm a very, very, very firm. We're not gonna act like Nicki is the only woman in the game with skill.
No.
And that she paved the way for all these other women. I think she did wonders in creating a path for being an animated character as a woman rapper, because I don't think that we really had that before Nicki.
Come on now. Who was in your era? Think about it. I mean, this one of the best songwriters, producers. She's in the Hall of Fame.
You talking about Missy?
Yes.
I'm not Missy's. I don't. Missy is in a different. I know that. I know that. But what I'm saying is like Nicki created. So like Missy didn't have to create a persona in order to be Missy. Missy was that. Missy taught Timberland a lot of the stuff that he did, and you know he's paid homage to her in that. Like she is that. Nicki had to create that alter ego in a sense that she can't break out of now. Similar to Eminem. Eminem couldn't be Eminem when he came into the...
They talk about Slim Shady and Eminem.
Yeah, he had to become Slim Shady in order for him to reach the acclaimed fame that he reached. Now he can be whoever it is that he want to be.
We talked about this math.
What?
The math and Ian, remember?
Yeah, all that. All I'm saying is Nicki, there was too many to come before Nicki for Nicki to get I kicked the doors open for the women's game. That I don't agree with that part.
She stepped her foot in.
Oh yeah, 100%. And she closed the door. She stepped her foot in, she slid into the game, and then she closed the door on everybody else. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. That's not of the culture, and she knows that. But in terms of like, I mean, obviously you have, I don't know what came first, the Beehive or the Barbs, but when she created that like Barbie alter ego aesthetic, and then she went to this like super animated, she switched from mixtape Nicki to Nicki Minaj as we know her today. She paved the way for that type stuff. I don't know how this is a raw thought, but I always like to tell people like I'm very particular with the culture, and I want us to be accurate in how we engage the culture on both sides, the men's side and the women's side. But I thought it was, obviously people was like, we know Nicki was, you know, when it was CDs and things of that nature, clearly. But if Nicki was as dominant as everybody, including her, says she's been, the Barbs and everything like that, this doesn't happen. Like, so then give Cardi the recognition of Cardi, even though she might not write all her stuff. You know, that's another thing. But give Cardi the respect of doing that. Yeah, I know. But it's like, again, I'm looking at it from the side of like, there is Beyonce. And then who is number 2? I don't know. Because it is Beyonce. There is Michael Jackson. Who is number 2? I mean, well, you could say Prince. Like he had a.
It depends on the person.
But it depends on right. So it's like you have greatness, and then you have everybody else. Beyonce is great, and then there's everybody else. In the women's game, Nicki is wanting to be that person, but then when you have something like this that comes out to where it was like the rhetoric is Nicki has controlled the game for the last 2 decades. And then you see something like this where it's like, yeah, in 2 albums, Cardi already surpassed what 5 of your albums could do in the digital sales. What we talking about? That's not taking away from your ability, but what we talking about?
You sure you ain't got Nicki hate? I love Nicki. I don't like the antics of what's going on between her and Cardi, or her and Hogue, or her and Rock Nation. I don't agree with none of that stuff. Musically, I love what she did. She is one of the first artists to sell as much as she did.
Yes.
I love Kim. I love Eve. I love Eve. I love Lauryn Hill. I love Queen Latifah. I love MC Light. But I think what you said about sliding in and closing the door, that's something that is kind of hurting her. And I don't want to say her legacy, but it's hurting her how certain people look at her by doing that. Because why are you closing the door? Like, allow them to come in, bring them in, hold their hand. Jordan Force, what's that song called? With all the, like, we don't have in our era, our era, we don't have a ladies' night. Remember that ladies' night? Yeah, we don't have that, and that's that. We shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. We should have that. I know. Whoop your ass.
We gotta put that on the shirt. We gotta get that on the shirt.
I know certain people been saying they acting like certain people that did that song about doing another ladies' night. I think we should, man. We got so many good rappers, especially women rappers. Lotto. I think she even had a beef with Lotto. Damn. Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Lotto. I like Bia. I like Lotto. I like Rhapsody. I like Doechii. I like Doja Cat when she raps. So I just think, especially with women, is in hip hop, it's always they always going against each other. And one way for you to break that is unify, unity, come together.
UNITY.
UNITY. Exactly. Which I love what Cardi do. Cardi likes to help younger artists. Oh, Glorilla. How can I forget Glorilla? But Cardi loves to help younger artists, or not younger, but artists that's underneath her or up and coming. And I love that she does that. I remember, what was that? 3 years ago? She was on like a feature run.
Yeah, it was she was on a feature run, and it was that artist in New York where she did that verse on the Fire Escape. Yeah. Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to take away from Nicki, but I'm very critical when it comes to the culture. Mm-hmm. And I think part of what the women's game needs is like that ladies' night. Mm-hmm. You know, you had a whole Detroit cypher on Detroit 2 with Big Sean. All the men coming together. Coming together to spit. You got Dreamville, all the men coming together. And they did 3 albums all together. They come together, and then it's artists that's not even on Dreamville to come in to rap as a sport. And I think part of where, you know, I see Cardi is that, where she's going around and she's giving people verses and da, whether it's paid or not.
That Tomorrow 2 verse is still fire to me.
Yo, I think regardless of if she writes or not, whoever is writing for her writes with her voice in mind and her personality in mind. So you would never think that somebody else wrote her verse, in my opinion, because all of her verse.
Well, I heard that Cardi, they kept saying Cardi write a verse, but he said he helps her. So what if she really does write her verse?
Listen, and I think
certain things that she's saying makes me believe she actually does right.
And this is what I'm saying, right? I think that as an artist, you know how to write to your voice. And then when you allow people to listen to the draft product, not the end product, the draft product, and they suggest certain things or for you to say certain things a different way, one, you get a writing credit that way. Like Kendrick talks about that all the time. Like, yo, if you give me just one suggestion, I'm giving you a writing credit, so you get the royalties or whatever, the kickback for or whatever the case. And Chris Brown also does it too, where it's like, I write my music, but typically the people who's in the studio with me, the women that's in the studio with me, help me refine it. And I don't know how he does writing credits, but I think Cardi does write, or at least starts her songs, but she has a core group of people who helps her finish the writings for her songs. Because I don't think I've ever heard a Cardi verse that doesn't sound like Cardi. And when I say sound like Cardi, I mean like the person Cardi, not the artist Cardi. And that's also what I struggle with Nicki, is I don't know. So like, there is Andre Three Stacks, and then there's Andre Benjamin. So when you get on, there's Kendrick Lamar, then there's Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. So when they get on stage, you see the real person accepting the award and paying homage to all the people that helped them get there. But then on the track, you hear that person, that artistic person, that artist, that musician, whatever the case. That's another contention that I have with Nicki, where I feel that we don't know who the real Nicki Minaj is, because she's been living in this alter ego for the entirety of what we've known Nicki, the artist, to be. And I always bring everybody back to that moment with Miley Cyrus. I think,
what's up?
Yeah, what's good? And like, everything is animated, and I feel like that's inauthentic. So now, when I engage with your art, I'm trying to figure out what's real and what's not, which then trickles down to your writing. Is it real? Because you think about Drake. Drake can rap anything, and you would never know if he rapped it or not, because his life has always been to act like something that he's not. He's an actor. So when you can't separate the personal from the artist, you tend to mesh them all together and you act accordingly. So now when you're talking about, the battles and having to be seen as number one, your identity is only tied to what the artist sees. That's crazy, because that's going into what we was talking about with math.
I know. That's what I said earlier.
That is crazy. That's
what I said earlier. That's why I'm like, this is that Ian and math thing that we
dang. Yeah, that's what but anyways, if y'all want to know, go listen to the episode right before this one. But yeah, that's what I really struggle with Nicki. It's like I want to enjoy you, but I don't know who you are. And you think about it, even Eminem at some point, he had to get rid of Slim Shady because of all the trauma that was tied to the art that Slim Shady created. So yeah, like that is, anyways, that's what the internet taught me. Is Cardi has passed Nicki in RIAA digital sales, which is amazing. However, the other thing that I'll say, while we're still on the taught me, is another thing, and this actually goes into our next topic, is what a book taught me.
Yes,
I've been reading. So, hold on, wait, we gotta get the chairs in.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the clapping in this time.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what a book taught me. So I've been on this reading journey, I think
hot minute.
I started it last year for like really started. And the crazy part is like, I finished Mellow Book today. Amazing read. If you haven't, go and listen to it or cop the book. And I just told myself I want to read more. And at the start of this year, I told myself I want to read more fiction. I have been reading a lot of nonfiction, and that keeps you, as a Black person, that keeps you in a certain mind state. And I don't want to be mad all the time. I don't want to be frustrated all the time. So I had to get myself out of it. And another thing the internet taught me, now it's coming back to me, but this is a minute ago, is that there's a theory out there that suggests that we are not as creative as we once were because we don't read as much fiction as we used to.
Because your imagination. You need an imagination to be creative.
And when I listen to that TikTok, because my TikTok is full of fitness, education, and I don't know, a little bit of funny. I don't know. But fitness and education is the two main things. And that person, I think, was a teacher. And immediately what I thought of was some big, thick Harry Potter books.
My brother
in this
loved
Scholastic Book Fair. Where you would get every volume and you would read it.
Yeah, my brother read. I think he read all of them.
Yo, Sorcerer's Stone and that's the only one I remember.
As kids though, I was like probably I was definitely a kid. I remember seeing them. I'm like, you reading all that?
Right.
I ain't reading.
Nah,
I ain't reading that.
Nope. You get that. I'm gonna read this over here.
The only thing I read was the numbers. How many numbers on the pages it is? That's the only thing I read on the book. I'll flip all the way back to the back to see how many. Man, this nigga is crazy. Throw that in a book
that is
and
funny.
throw it back wherever he had that shit at.
Yeah, that. So I read that and I'm like, you know what? That is right. Because I'm trying to get back into my writing bag. I'm trying to get more into like narrative screenwriting, and I need to massage
that part
of the
your
muscle
brain.
That is my brain. But that side to where I'm getting, because I used to write some crazy stories. That's all we used to do when we was in elementary school, write stories. I used to travel to Florida and I used to write stories about invasions and stuff about my trip, and none of that ever happened. I'm just using my imagination. So yeah, I read a lot of dope books, fiction books. But in this particular segment of what a book taught me is actually a nonfiction. Because I had just finished King of Ashes, which is S.A. Cosby, which is one of my S.A. Cosby, which is one of my favorite authors now. But Rich Paul book is called.
I haven't finished it. I got the audible of it.
Rich Paul book, Lucky Me, a memoir of changing the odds. So Lucky Me, a memoir of changing the odds. I think this is an amazing book for so many reasons. The story is authentic. The story is unique. But it taught me that as Black men, we have this odd connection to the hood and the people who are stuck in the hood. Even when we find success, we still find our way back to those people in the hood. And it's so interesting because I read that book first. I started Mellow book right after. Finished Mellow book. Mellow had the same connection. Now, Mellow is not a hood kid. Mellow was always proximate to the hood. He didn't grow up a product of the projects. He may have been in the projects, but he wasn't a product of the projects. Those are two different things. That's the difference between having to walk through the projects to get to school and you just knowing people versus you taking up space in the projects because that's the only place that you can ever be. Two very different things. Rich Paul was the same difference. Rich Paul, he grew up proximate to the hood and he grew up on hood politics, but he wasn't a hood booker. So he was always in school. He graduated high school. He was there, but he also knew how to navigate the hood. Mello knew how to navigate the hood, but he wasn't a product of the hood. And Allen Iverson, I didn't read his book yet. I watched the his interview on Breakfast Club, and the same story. I'm this person that went to school and you know, I was the chosen one and I ended up making a lot of money, but I consistently went back to the OGs in the hood because that's where I felt safe. So multiple books, in a book that I haven't read yet, taught me that we have this loyalty to the hood and the people in it, and we mask that as comfort. That's it. I was trying to think of what Cat Williams told Shannon Sharp about having an unhealthy allegiance to being a loser. I don't know, something like that. But no, that's what I was going to say.
He did say that. But why do you think that?
Well, I think because even though the hood and the people in the hood can be safe and dangerous on the same coin, I think there's a level of authenticity that comes with that. So like in terms of Melo's story, when he went to the Catholic school to, be in a better environment, this was before Oak Hill, when he went down to Virginia to Oak Hill and Baltimore, and he's at the Catholic school. Those white people could not stand him and did everything to sabotage him. Versus his boys in the hood did everything to protect his worth and push him in the right direction. It was the boys in the hood that told him to go to that Catholic school when he wanted to play in the city school. It was those boys in the hood that told him to go to Oak Hill and not stay in Baltimore. In addition to Syracuse and stuff, right? But even when he went to Syracuse, he still found the hood adjacent, and that's where he was instead of being on the campus. So I think it's a combination of like, this is where I find authentic people, whether they're safe or not. But also, these are my people. And I can't trust those other people. Like, so it's informed by trauma. The other side is informed by trauma. If I give these other people too much of me, then they might do what the other people did. So I think it's a wide range of possibilities, but those are the two that I got from the stories that I'm referencing.
What do you think that the media identify a black man so black people identify with the hood, right? Like, you see a black person, people think they're from the hood. They're identifying themselves with the hood, as the hood. And then the media, that's all they show, is that black people are from the hood. There's all these things going on in the hood, and this is all black people are. You're not going to see a black lawyer on TV. You're not going to see a black pilot on TV. You're not going to see a black. We'll beat your ass. You're not going to see a black doctor on TV. And so that's growing up. That's all you see, and so that's all you go to. It's like, all right, this is who I am, but you're actually more than that. And then the hood, I myself, my perspective, I identify with the hood as nothing. There's nothing in the hood. So with there being nothing, you get these traits, and you think these things because you have no other way out. The hood was designed for you not to make it out. It's nothing but, again, going back to the Kurt episode. The hood is nothing but poverty, and I hate that people, or not people, but I hate that certain people identify as the hood when they don't have to. When you need to identify yourself with success, be something else. Damn, how can you fucking talk?
Drink some water, brother. Drink some water.
I can't even talk. I'm trying to think and not cough at the same time.
Yeah, that's beating you up right now.
Yeah. But yeah, like yeah, the hood teaches so many bad things, man. Like off camera, we were talking about it. The hood teaches so many bad things. Having a job is lame. Wearing that, wearing this, doing this. When really you just want to be your fucking self, but you really can't because you're gonna be judged by the hood. And you're more successful than out the hood than you are in the hood. Like I said, man, I had these hood mentalities that I wish I didn't have myself because I'm not a game banger. I didn't do this. I didn't have to go and sell cocaine or crack and nothing like that. So I don't have to follow hood rules. That's not where I align with. And I try to get away from that, and it's sort of, and it goes back to Mark and how he is. That you don't want it, but it's just there. Like you can't get rid of it,
right?
That's how you raise, and then you raise around it, and that's why I would never understand people that are raised in the suburbs but want to be in the hood. Nigga, this shit is hell. Right. Everybody don't sell cocaine. Everybody don't doing whatever you think in the media is portraying us to be. We're literally trying to make it out. Some people are selling cocaine to make it out. Not because they think it's fun, not because they think it's cool. We're trying to get out. They're trying to make it out. That's the thing. But there's nothing in the hood, no resources in the hood to make it out. So it is some good people in the hood that push you to go. They see that you the chosen one. They see that you got the talent. They see that you got whatever it is to be successful, and they push you like, yo, this is not what you need to be doing. Go that way. Get out of here. Even like for Tupac, for instance, he sold crack, and then the person he was selling crack for told him, yo, this ain't you, bro. That's what you need to be going to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's just the hood, man. Identifying yourself with the hood. Just be a man that stand on morals.
What if you don't?
That's gangster.
What if you don't know what morals to identify with? Because it was never taught to you. And the hood is your morals.
Well, the hood got a bunch of churches too.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Got a bunch of fucking churches, all different type of religions. Especially like New York City, they got 5%ers. They got Nations of Islam. It's a whole bunch of different religions, and then again, it's good people in the hood. There's a lot more good people than it is bad people in the hood. Mm-hmm. And just listen, man. Listen to your elders. I learned a lot from other people's mistakes. There's a lot of things I didn't do because I learned from their mistake. I would literally go ask, what you did? I'm not going to do that because I don't want to go to that place. I don't want to be around a bunch of dudes in jail. I don't want to be around a bunch of dudes in prison. I don't want to be sitting down. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do this. And hopefully it's a better outcome. Hopefully the grass is greener on that side.
Word.
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
We need context.
The girl that got me sick on that damn airplane to Denver, Colorado. I'll whoop your ass. I don't remember what day it was in September, but I'm gonna get you.
It was one of them days.
Yeah,
it was one of them days. So it's interesting that So I said this is the perfect segue, that conversation, because Damon Dash.
Let's get it.
I don't even know if that's his first name. That's his first name, right? Damon. I don't know. I'm calling that man Damon. I'm calling that man Damon Dash. Dame Dash. He continues to make headlines. First, that what I would say iconic interview with Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. It's almost up there with is you finished or is you done? Birdman.
I ain't got no more talking.
Yeah, I ain't got no more talking. Is
I
we
know,
finish
I
or is
know
we
a
done?
few. I know a few places you was at, but I ain't thought that was gangster.
I ain't thought that was gangster. So it came out today or at some point. I see a few. Complex released the article in September. No, Complex released the article last week on the 4th, 2 weeks ago, saying that that Dame Dash is preparing to present a lawsuit for
against the Breakfast Club.
$100 million RICO lawsuit. And it's against the Breakfast Club, but more importantly, Cameron and his comments on the Breakfast Club. And it's interesting because I think after watching, and this goes back to the conversation we were just having, after watching his Breakfast Club interview, it's like black men from the hood who grew up in the hood and made it out with the skills that they developed in the hood on the street. Products of the hood. We're talking about products of the hood here. Jay-Z is a product of the hood. Like, we gonna be... Tupac is not a product of the hood, but he went to the hood to try to become a product, right? Dame Dash is a product of the hood. These are people, the Wu-Tang, all of the Wu-Tang are products of the hood. Like, that is a real thing, right? So, Dame Dash suing the Breakfast Club and $100 million of damage. I don't know. I kind of skimmed through the article, but basically for a defamation lawsuit, I don't know where the RICO is coming in. I'm not even trying to figure that out, to be honest with you. But it's interesting because after watching his Breakfast Club interview, I felt like he had this like unhealthy relationship with femininity. I can never say that fast. And similar to what you just said, he lives off of his hood antics.
Gotta let that shit go.
Like, watching it, I'm like, yo, what? This man is, I don't even know how old Dame Dash is. Like 54. Almost, oh, he's 54. Okay. He's 54 and he sound like he's a 20-year-old standing on the corner that came into some money, right? Or a 26-year-old that came into some money. He sound like what Anthony Edwards would sound like in an interview like that. And Anthony Edwards is 23 years old with millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
what's your view like?
Right. So for me, again, going back to like the people that he kept around him over all these years has kept him, in my opinion, because I don't know if this is true, but I do believe the company that you keep is a reflection of your success and you as a person and everything like that, right? So I feel like the company that he's kept over the years, one, ran Jay-Z away, right, to do his own thing. Because Jay-Z always said, like, it's no reason for me to be in New York. There's no reason for me to be there, right? Because he knows those streets, because he was a product of those streets. And I just feel like he is another grown black man who doesn't understand the art of being a man away from the hood. You know how in Drumline, I'm gonna do another Drumline analogy, where he said, "Yeah, what? I'm the man." When they was doing the at the end of the movie, they was kind of doing the one-on-one before, the Southern Classic, and Nick Cannon was like, "Yeah, what? I'm the man. Say I'm the man." And then Sean was like, "You the man. So going to be the man without the line." So at that point, he challenged him to be the man, but without the thing that's making him the man. So now so psychologically, that's throwing you off, because all I know is how to be the man on this field. And for those of you that don't know, Drumline is like a spinoff story of what a football player will be. It's just they decided to do it in the creative lens of the Drumline and the battle of the bands in the South.
You know what that movie's about, right?
What? Drumline?
You know who that movie's about?
Nah, I don't know who's. I do know who it's about because it was in the deleted scenes. Do I remember? No.
The movie is about Dallas Austin.
That does ring a bell. That's how I know.
He doesn't know how to read music.
And that's the thing. Most people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that is being a product of your environment. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people around that character, obviously it's a fictional character, but the real person, the people around him, praised all that he could do and never challenged him on what he couldn't do.
Mm-hmm. That not about Dallas Austin, but a piece of it is. Right.
So with Dame Dash, without having to go too deep into it, was I feel like he's stuck and he's become a burden to himself as he's really battling against the people that he grew up with. Because I also remind people, like, he came up with Cameron and 50 and Jay and Mace and all them. So they are boys. Like, they're what we are. It's just they're famous with money and we working our way up there, Mm-hmm. So, I feel like Dame Dash, one, he going out bad. Mm-hmm. If this is his farewell tour in terms of the industry and stuff, he's going out bad. He's already been down, so he's down badder. You got to add the ER to the end of that. And I mean, I don't know that he's always going to be Dame. And that's the one thing that Cam said in his Breakfast Club interview. Like, I'm gonna always pay homage to what he did for me in that time, and then signing me to Rockefeller, which then became the Diplomats, and then history goes off to be what it is. But he also is engaging with him as the person, whatever Dame Dash real name is.
Damien Anthony Dash.
Damien Anthony Dash. Yeah, he's talking about Damien Anthony Dash. He's not talking about Dame Dash. That's so crazy how all these like conversations is kind of tying back to what we was just talking about.
Yeah, man.
The separation of the person and the persona. Like, yeah. That I'm gonna leave that there. That's that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just the hood mentality, man. Like I just said, I'm trying to get away from that hood mentality. Like, I'm not a hood guy. I was raised in the hood. I was born in the hood. But I'm not a hood guy. I don't want to be a hood guy. I don't want you to look at me as a hood guy. And I got to get away from the hood mentality.
And that's something that AI said. He was like, yeah, I grew up in the hood, but am I a thug? Absolutely not. I played basketball. Yeah, like, and that's the reality. Like, when you are proximate to that, whatever that is in your neighborhood, I don't want to characterize anything. You find ways to identify with that or elements of it to stay safe, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's just not, you gotta completely get away from it. But you also gotta embrace the power of no, like saying no, especially when you get money and all that stuff, which is a whole nother conversation. I
don't want the hood mentality, but the hood taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't learn anywhere else.
100%. So street knowledge and scholar knowledge or book smarts. Street smarts and book smarts is two different, very, very different.
Different things. Yeah.
pieces of intellect. You should be in the middle. You shouldn't be all one way. You got to be in the middle. Spectrums. We gonna have to create something on spectrums, like, cause that's you can't be everything. Got to be a balance. But yeah, that's what I have for Dame Dash. Not really much, but the lawsuit. Here we go with another lawsuit, and I think it's just him trying to.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, get some cash because he's been in a very challenging place.
Defamation is so hard to prove, as we can see.
Yeah, and we all watched the interview, and
you was calling him a girl,
right. So that's a whole nother thing. All right, real quick. Yes, sir. Who wins? No Limit or Cash Money in the verses?
I am a 90s baby. No, one of my favorite rappers I remember vividly was Juvenile, but I am a No Limit soldier.
Yeah. I'm going No Limit.
We agreeing on something.
Yeah. No, and I think so. I think it's also like, my mom's side is from Florida. That Southern music, and then you mix it. I used to be on LimeWire getting the chop and screw version. No Limit, Master P.
Yeah, I'm a No Limit soldier, man.
Birdman is. You got some bangers, but when we're talking,
I love Cash Money. Don't get me wrong, I love Cash Money, but I was literally a No Limit soldier. Like,
yeah,
I had the Little Soldier CD. Where my little soldiers at? Over here, right here. Like I'm a No Limit soldier.
Yo,
I'm a ride with them. And I love that they're the underdogs. I love underdogs. Love the underdogs. So, hey, I love Cash Money. Love Juvie. Love Wayne. Love Manny. Love Turk and BG and everything Cash Money brought to the table. But I was raised as a No Limit soldier.
Yo.
Sorry.
No Limit is the one. There is no debate. We can debate, but I just feel like the No Limit side, there was a lot of the songs, the music was better.
I see that's a toss up. Now
that
when it comes to verses, I think it's a toss up. It depends on how you play the music, what song come after this song, like what song's coming after back.
Like every verses, up. They should bring the verses back too. By the way, I think we should bring them.
That's what that is. The 25th of October is the verses. It's the first one in I think like 2 years. It's gonna be at Comic-Con. Yeah. It's gonna be at Comic-Con. So they're gonna be on stage together and going back and forth. But it just so happened I'm a no limit soldier. I don't bandwagon, I don't jump shit. Once I'm a No Limit soldier, I'm just a No Limit soldier. But when it comes to that verses, it's just how you play it. It's really it's gonna come down to the DJs really and how their set list is. That's what it. So one day, or you might do an audible because they might play back that ass up early. You might have to throw something that go against it. So it depends on that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's every versus. Mm-hmm. I just feel like the lineup.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. My fault. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Mystical flow, early mystical flow, like before Danger and all that. That shit is so fire to me, and I want to master it, but I can't talk that fast. Flow, oh my god, that shit so hard. That shit cold, man. That's a cold ass flow.
it kind of go back to the conversation we was having up until 2 a.m. after the Mav episode.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, is it this high? I know we got bangers, but is it here? Like if we go into the No Limit versus Cash Money, we do it. Is it this one? Because if it's not, then and just without looking at a playlist, I remember No Limit. Like I remember the time when No Limit was like the thing.
That's what I was gonna say. My mind just went by. I was saying that to say, No Limit has a lot of quantity.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Cash Money is stronger on the quality side of music. Music wise, I think they're stronger quality wise, but No Limit has more quantity.
Yeah.
They was dropping every other week.
I can agree
every
with
other
that.
Week they were dropping. We don't really got much from BG and Turk because they went to jail and then all the extra antics.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
October 25th. That's next week.
I need them to like stay consistent with bringing the verses back. Like I want to see Missy on the verses. Now who she goes up against?
Busta Rhymes.
See, but then it's like, which Missy are we gonna get? Like, because you can do like a producer Missy versus, then you could do an artist Missy versus. So it's like, I don't know. That might be a Missy versus, even though they two different eras, but Missy versus Kanye.
Kanye got too much though.
Missy got a lot too.
Missy got a lot, but it's like the eras might fuck that up.
It might.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing something out there. But they said Timberland, but it's like Timberland was like, nah, I can never do that because
I can see a Timberland.
Yeah, he said I can't do that to my sister.
Missy versus Busta Rhymes. Like I see, that's who I see.
Missy. Well, Ludacris already did it. That'll be entertaining. That'll be an entertaining versus. Like
Ludacris, man.
Because Missy did all that. Missy was Luda. So, all right. Song of the show.
Song of the show.
As we rap. Song of the show.
Song of the show for me this week is again, I'm still in that old school bag. And I've been trying to stay away, but he hopped in my playlist this week. He's one of my idols, one of my people I love. Like, I don't know what it is, but I love this guy, man, and what he brought musically. It is Rick James, Ebony Eyes, with Smokey Robinson.
Rick James is a beast.
Yes. Actually, I looked up that song and could go with what the internet taught me, but I'm not going to put it there. I didn't know that he wrote that whole song. I thought, Smokey Robinson to me is one of the best songwriters of all time. But hey, Rick James wrote that whole song by himself.
Yeah, Rick James is a beast.
And that's the thing. That's one thing I love about Rick James. If you go to his songs, look at the writers, the only thing he's gonna say is Rick James. Nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's hits. Some of his biggest hits he wrote by himself. So and I just appreciate that, and that's probably the reason why I don't allow people to write for me. Well, never, especially rap. Hell no. I'm from the 90s. Now that's a rule that I stand by. Those are hip hop rules I stand by. Nobody.
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah. So last show you had me stumped because you asked me what my song of the show was. I don't even remember what I said, but now I'm gonna always be prepared. Oh yeah, the clips. Yeah. FICO. It was FICO, but that was like on the spot. I think that was a cop out answer. You know what I'm saying? That don't show my depth.
Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but I did follow you on Apple Music now too.
Oh, so you're gonna see a lot of different.
I seen it. I don't know. I was just randomly just looking. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you can follow people on Apple Music. I seen your name on there. I said, oh, let me see. Boom, I clicked in it. And the second album, I don't know what the first. I can't remember what the first one was. The second album was the clip. It's like you just got done listening to it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
I think I listened to it today too. Like, because I started to listen to Big Sean book, but I can't get the way that he reading it. It's not sonically. It's not working with me. Yeah, sonically it's not working with me. But I do like the content, so I might just buy the book and just that's one of the ones that I read by myself. But yeah, it's not working with me. But my song of the show, for this show is "Energy" by Big Crit. It's from
me some Crit.
Yeah, Crit is fire. That's from Crit is here.
Yeah, I love me some Crit.
That
I love me some Crit.
Yeah, that
definitely a lyrical monster.
Oh, 100%, and a production monster. Any other closing thoughts, remarks? Where can the people find you? Any new upcoming new things? What's happening?
You can find me at Magic Gretzky everywhere, all social media platforms. Anything coming up? No, man. Just trying to get out this funk. Like I said, we following the plan, not our move. So that's what I'm trying to stick to. And get out this funk. I think, what is it called? Seasonal depression. It's coming, but you gotta fight back. You gotta fight back. So I'm trying to fight back. This cold, that girl that was sitting next to me on that plane on the way to Denver, Colorado in September. I'm gonna beat your ass. But other than that, I'm gonna take my oil of oregano. I'm gonna take my herbs and everything, get back right. Your Falcons, well, not your Falcons. You're a Patriots fan.
Not my
Falcons.
Falcons. I'm a Patriots fan.
The Falcons didn't win. That's why
the game was over.
Yeah, that's why somebody called me. That's why I got kicked off, and I was sitting there like, "Can you hear me still?" No, you can't. So I had to hang up on him. But because I said I thought the Bills was gonna win by a blowout. Didn't happen that way. But hey, I don't give a. I don't want to sit up. I don't give a damn. I don't support the NFL this year. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't care. I'm not a Cowboys fan this year. Maybe next year. NBA starting.
Yeah.
I think by the next time we get on, I think it'll be the first game of the season. Maybe not.
29th?
Oh, the 29th, so the week after. But next week is the Versus, the 25th, which is on a Saturday. I just checked. We're gonna see how that goes, man. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Might have to stream that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Might have to stream that. That's that. Yeah.
I'm with it.
None new. If you want to, none new on this end. If y'all want to start a podcast at a affordable rate, hit me up.
Do that on. The energy is just. Your song of the day, your week, because the song of the week can't have that type of energy.
That's a fact, and the crazy part is I done started the show with a word that say low energy, and then the song of the show is a song with high energy. Listen, if y'all want to start a podcast with Black Static Podcast Network, and we produce it. We produce at a price, but we record it and we release it. We create a podcast page for you, all that good stuff. Hit me up. It is an affordable rate. You don't have to be anywhere. All you need is headphones and a cell phone. Just like Magic. Magic got headphones and a cell phone. It's high quality audio. And you can start your podcast today. Back in the day, I did it, in the studio, but the studio space no longer exists. So now we in this digital space for now. But now we in this digital space, and I think this is a lot more lucrative for everybody in their busy schedules. So hit me up, Black Static Podcast Network at Black Static Pod on Instagram, or at King Dev Bridges. Just reach out. Go into my link. KDB. And we'll get you right. So with that, y'all already know. Bring another set of ears for next week's show, because this is Introspective Insight, the Black Wall Street podcast, and we out.
See you soon. Yeah.
Come back next week.
Yeah.
Introspective Insight. Introspective Insight.